Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Technically Speaking podcast. I am your host Ethan, joined as always by the dulcet tones of Shay.
Hello everybody!
And this week's episode is a special. It's
Yes.
our back to school special.
Oh, good thing I don't have to go back there.
I do.
Oh, unlucky.
It's always fun though. It's always an excuse to buy new stuff.
I miss school, I genuinely do. But adults always say it's the best time of your life. And no, I'm kind of seeing it.
Those are the adults that didn't go to university.
Oh, that's true.
Let's study a
I've
history degree.
never been. Don't plan to.
But anyway, let's get into it. So in our list today of things we think is essential tech for back to school, number 1, laptop. Number 2, phone. It's always a good excuse to get a new phone because a lot of phones come out at that time. A tablet. More debatable, but handy if you have it. Headphones and earphones, because I can't stand people sniffling in a library. Get out. Accessories, because you need to charge everything. A new bag, possibly. If you're going to uni, I think a multi-tool is a good choice. We'll go through a couple of them. Software that you can use. Maybe a smartwatch if you want one. A power bank for, whenever everyone steals the outlets in the library. And gaming for whenever you don't have the all-encompassing stress of having to do a dissertation. So first talking point, I'll hand over to my co-host.
Yes, so first up we've got the laptop. I love a good laptop, me, because you can't bring your... Unfortunately, as much as I wish I could, I'd love to be able to bring my tower with me everywhere. It's not really viable, is it?
You do have a dolly for the tower. It was the monitor that set him back.
That's true, yeah. I did buy one. I thought, this is brilliant. Oh, what about the monitors? God damn it. But yeah, so first off, the one... I'm mainly putting this one in because I have experience with it. And it's the MSI Katana GF66. It's a beautiful little laptop. It's got an Intel Core i5 RTX 3050 in it, and it comes with a terabyte SSD. It is, if you're a student, probably a wee bit more on the expensive side if you're looking to do things. But I mean, it doesn't just have to be a student thing. It can be, bring it home when you play games on it. An Intel Core i5 and a 3050 is going to do you grand.
Also, if you're doing like a quite heavy computer-based module, it would probably be... You would probably need a beefier laptop anyway.
Exactly, yeah. Depending on what... Obviously, everything in this is going to depend on what course you're doing. You'll probably need different requirements for things. But yeah, I mean, I love my MSI Katana. It's quite light, I will say, for it's having a 3050 in it. It's a pretty big graphics card. It's quite light. It's quite slim for a gaming laptop.
I've always thought yours is quite, it's quite compact for all it packs into it.
It really is. It packs a big punch in such a small package. It's a very, very nice little laptop. It starts at £799. I found that on Currys. Currys usually have some pretty good deals on. I think I got mine for $600 on deal or something. I got mine for pretty damn cheap.
Also student discount.
There you go. Yep, student discount as well. The 1TB SSD storage is fantastic because you can just store everything on there, your games and your work or student stuff. Obviously, you can always get more as external hard drive, external SSDs nowadays. You can get for a pretty decent price. As a student, you probably will be wanting to go for SSDs or than hard drives just so you can get things quicker. Docs will load, everything will load quicker. You'll be able to write quicker with an SSD rather than a hard drive. But yeah, I mean, I just love that little laptop, to be honest. Like you say, it's a small little thing, and I really enjoy it. I thought it was, whenever I bought it, I thought it was going to be massive. But no, it's actually a really little compact little machine. I love it.
And you have your wee tiny laptop bag for it.
Yes, exactly, yeah. It fits just perfectly in it.
Yeah. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I love it. For a little bit more of a budget laptop, I did a bit of digging, had a look on Currys, had a look on some different places to buy laptops, and the ASUS Vivobook 15 X1500EA, that's a lot of words and numbers. They shouldn't have put that many in it, it's terrible. But it's around about the same size as the Katana, so it's 15.6 inch screen on it, so it's pretty good. It's also got a Core i5, which isn't too bad, although it doesn't have a graphics card, so it's definitely not a gaming PC, this one. It uses the Intel Core i5's built-in graphics, which if you're just doing coursework and stuff, you don't need a graphics card. It's an added price tag on the end of it, really. It does come with 512 gigs storage, about half. But again, like I said, you can get external SSDs and stuff. That's not that big of a deal.
Or the humble flash drive.
Or the humble flash drive. Damn right. Yeah, I thought that it starts at about 500-ish. You're looking, so you're saving about 300 quid there compared to the MSI Katana. But again, MSI Katana a little bit more. It's a proper gaming laptop, so it can do a lot more things than the ASUS Vivobook can. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty decent little deal on it, to be honest. And again, student discount and stuff, so you can get it even cheaper. And deals, that was it at full price. I'm sure you could find it cheaper elsewhere.
And then I had the idea that because a lot of courses and such are sometimes they require Mac apps and Mac OS, and that's just better, particularly more like creative focused ones, like such as like videography, photography, and things like that. People prefer to have the Mac for things like Premiere Pro, Final Cut, things like that. The MacBook Air is a great alternative on the Mac side of things. The new M2 Air in either the 15 or 13 inch variety. The M2 is an extremely powerful chip. You'll be able to easily handle video editing, photo editing, definitely be able to handle like a million word documents.
Oh yeah.
But I would suggest speccing up, because as it comes, they come with only 8 gigabytes of RAM, I believe, and 256 as the base limit. So I would, for storage, as Jay says, storage isn't the main issue, but I would definitely bump that RAM up so that when you have 50 books open, it's not as
50 books on a Chrome tab. Oh god.
Yeah. And also, obviously, the Air doesn't come with a fan, so anything that's really, really heavy, you will be wanting to go for the Katana.
Yeah, you won't want to be going for like 3D rendering or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because it might just detonate.
Or you could go for the Pro, which does include a fan, but does also increase the price a good bit. This is the most expensive on the list, being the only one that's above £1,000.
Yep.
However, Unidays and Apple always do a offer in September where you can get yourself a pair of AirPods along with a MacBook. So
there you go. That's our AirPods section covered.
And then also, it's a perfect excuse to get a new phone.
Oh, of course, yes.
So I would say, sticking with the iPhone side of things, the iPhone 13 at the moment is an amazing phone. It's basically the 14, but cheaper.
Love it. That's what
also,
we like.
Yeah, also the color selection's a lot better.
Oh.
If you're someone said that. iPhone 13 has an amazing camera, still a really fast processor, and the only downside you're really getting is that the processor is not the fast. Well, it's not even, the 14 isn't even the fastest. And you're not getting like the benefit of like a Pro screen.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you don't need the Pro things, I don't think there's a reason to go for the 14 over the 13.
Yeah, you may as well save yourself a bit of money.
Yeah, even the notch is the same size, which historically has been the biggest thing about the changes in an iPhone. On the Android side of things, I think the Pixel 7 is probably the best Android phone out at the moment. That could set to change. Obviously, with these two phones, I will say Pixel 8 is coming out, the iPhone 15 are coming out, so you'll probably be able to pick both of these up at a reduced price. So it might be something that once you get your student loan to do.
Yes, definitely.
Because that comes a little bit later. But it's an amazing phone. Shay has the slightly fancier version of it. I prefer the non-curved edges, so that's why I went for the 7. It's also cheaper, and the only real difference is the telephoto camera lens. It's the same chip and everything inside, and it's very focused on software.
Students love cheaper.
Yes. And Google and Apple also run some really good student discounts.
Yep.
Then a sort of curveball I threw out there was the Nothing Phone 2.
Oh, the one we both love.
Yeah, it's very minimal. It's very funky. It will definitely catch a lot of eyes. And, at freshers, it could be your standout thing.
True. I've
just realised, Shay, you've never been to a freshers.
I've never been, no. What's it like?
Me either. I don't drink.
There you go.
A fresher fair, though. Oh my goodness. They are crazy.
Yeah.
I was, when my fresher fair, they just packed everybody in. And it was just after COVID. So it was very... God. jarring experience, but thankfully we never got any texts or anything. So.
Oh, well, that's good.
But like any of them three phones is going to do you very well for the coming semester, and even beyond that. Some of them are honestly probably a wee bit too powerful. I debated putting the S23 Ultra on this list because I did the phones. Just because the wee pen would be handy for quick note taking if you need to jot down a due date or whatever, but it's just too overkill for what you need on a daily basis. Yeah. However, it's still an amazing option. The olive colour on the green, amazing. I'd go for it.
Of course you would.
To continue with stuff that I'm recommending, I would say a tablet is nearly a necessity when going to uni. Okay. Maybe not so much if you're, still in high school, secondary school, but I think, and especially if you have a reading intense course like I do, a tablet is kind of crucial. Okay. So being able to have your books on it, being able to write all your notes on it, being able to record a lecture on it all at the one time is phenomenal.
That sounds very handy.
Yeah. I think the best option for this is the iPad mini. It's the cheapest iPad. You can get an Apple Pencil with it. The whole thing comes to like £500, which honestly isn't too bad for all you're getting.
No, it's not terrible.
And then you can get apps on it, but we'll talk about that a bit more later. And it's a small compact. You would hardly even notice it in your bag. We've talked about in the past, there's something that can kind of cover a laptop and also still have the tablet functions. The iPad Air is going to be a good choice for this. You can get any Bluetooth keyboard to connect to it, and you can type your assignments away. Although if you do need a laptop for some courses, you get away with it with like English, history, but
yeah, laptop is required for some courses. What about the new Samsung we talked about last episode? Would you recommend that?
I wouldn't recommend the Ultra. You can maybe get away with one of the lower downs ones, so like the 9 Plus or just the regular 9, because the pencil does come in the box. But I don't know if they can do the laptop side as well as the iPad can, where I think the Ultra does the laptop side better than the iPad. I think in general the iPads do kind of a better job.
Yeah, they're just better.
Yeah, at doing that. You. And also note-taking experiences, there's far more apps on the iPad. But we'll talk about that a bit later.
So, tablet's done. Headphones and earphones. We've both added a wee bit to this, I think.
Yeah.
So, shall I start us off?
Yeah, your headphones, man.
Yes, so headphones-wise, I would recommend the Anker Soundcore Life Q20s. I've had them before. They've done me very well. They're a really good pair of headphones. And you can get them for about 50 quid on Amazon. Again, you can get them cheaper other places as well. There's always deals on for them. I absolutely love them. Noise cancellation on them is fantastic. They are, decently cheap pair of headphones, so don't expect anything completely out of left field that's absolutely incredible. But they are genuinely such a nice, reliable pair of headphones for such a good price. I would say they do the job. That's the thing. If you're like you said, if you're in a library, there's people breathing through their mouths with the noise cancellation on, and you won't hear a thing.
It's not even that. It's the people who refuse to go get a tissue, and they're just, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it.
So for my earphones, obviously you're the Apple man, I'm the Android man, so I've gone with the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. I use them. I use them every day. I love them. The charge on them is pretty good. The actual case holds a pretty good charge as well. They charge quick. They last for quite a while. Sound quality on them is incredible. Noise cancellation on them is, I don't think they're as good as AirPods are. Because I've actually never wore AirPods before.
You haven't even worn mine.
I know, but I've heard AirPods noise cancellation is insane.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Like it just goes boom, and that's it.
Yeah, you're deaf to the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for proper noise cancellation and you have an Apple, AirPods would be your go-to. But if you're an Android person like me, Samsung Galaxy Buds 2, about 140 quid. Again, like I said, you can find them cheaper other places. I'm sure you get student discounts and stuff. But yeah, I'd recommend those for your phones. I think they're fantastic.
I think it's 10% on Samsung products from the Samsung Red site with student discount. So
that's not bad.
Most things is 10%. And also, speaking of student discount, a lot of the stuff can be found on Amazon. Make sure to sign up for your 6 months free of Amazon Prime as a student, and then get it for £30 a year.
There you
go. I went for, my choices is the AirPods Gen 2, mostly because if you're buying the iPad Air or an iPad or Pro, or either of the any of the MacBooks, I think actually, you get them free with it.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
So and they're
pay extra.
Yeah, and they're only £99, even if you do have to buy them normally. They're always on sale though, so I would recommend see them somewhere on sale. And then if you're looking, you have a bit more of a budget to spend, so £249, I believe, is the AirPods Pros 2. Amazing noise cancelling. Honestly, like someone could be, in the library talking away because it is the biggest hangout on campus. You would be not even know they were there with the noise cancelling on them. And they've also, with the second generation, they've added a speaker on the outside, which is something I could really use on my first generation because I lose them constantly. And then finally, for my budget option, I went for the Anker Soundcore P2 Mini. So this is my reserve pair of earphones that I keep in my bag, mostly for a Windows laptop that I own. But I can safely say I've nearly owned these a year, I think, haven't I, Shay? A year?
Yeah, I would say roughly about a year, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit more than a year. And nearly, a bit under a year. And I would say I've charged them maybe twice.
Yeah.
And they get quite a bit of use, because anytime I forget to pack my AirPods Pro, because obviously it's more of my pocket option that I keep them in my bag. Did you get quite a bit of use and just never need to charge them?
Yeah, out of my Ankers, we've both gone for Anker budget options here, because Anker are so renowned for their power banks and stuff. Yeah. I think battery life on Anker products are just amazing as it is, because like you said, I own those Soundcore Life Q20s for maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years, coming up on 2 years, I would say, before I replaced them. And I mean, like you said, I barely had to charge them bloody things. They did me about 2 weeks before I had to charge them, and they were absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. And honestly, noise cancellation isn't quite good as the AirPods Pro, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And also sound quality is on par with most other, like the Samsung Galaxy Buds and the AirPods. It's on par. The only disadvantage I have though is over the normal cancellation on the AirPods Pro 2 is there's no transparency mode, which is a really nice thing about the AirPods Pro 2. So if you're at a lecture and you want to still listen, but you want to have a wee bit of music playing, you can use the transparency mode.
I on my Samsung Galaxy Buds 2, they have transparency mode as well. I've never really found myself using it very much. But I would see why, if you're in a lecture and you do want to obviously listen to the lecture and still have something else playing in the background, a bit of music or something, that would be very handy to have.
Yeah. Also, should be noted, go back to the tablets, you can connect a PS or Xbox controller up to the tablets if the lecture is boring. I've seen a couple of people do that in lecture.
That's amazing. I never knew that.
Yeah. The same thing with the Samsung. But tablets, you can connect the thing up and
that's amazing. Oh my god,
whatever. And then it's my favourite bit, accessories.
Oh, he loves accessories, he does.
Just because you buy the thing doesn't mean you don't need more things.
Exactly.
So they're mostly to do with charging, to be honest. Rolling Squares Incharge X and XL series, I think, is a great option, especially if you're someone like me who has both Apple products and Android products, or USB-C and Lightning, or micro USB, because it's just, if you get a couple of them cables, you'll be able to charge everything. The XL goes up to 2 meters or something. Great, and it's only £49 on Amazon for the cable is really tough. There's videos of people swinging from trees on them, so that sucker's not breaking.
That is tough.
And so it's a great quality cable. It's possibly the last cable you need to buy, and also always go for a longer cable with any of these, because see, uni accommodations and outlets, they were designed by someone who never was a student.
Opposite side of the room then.
Mm-hmm. And like some lecture theatres don't even have outlets in them, or maybe have one like on the stairs, so you want to be able to trip everyone else up on the stairs with your cable because you forgot to charge your iPad and it's your only method of taking notes.
Oh, of course.
Speaking from experience.
Chaos.
And then anything Anker for cable wise or plug wise is really good option. Not far away from the durability. I know a guy who's walked a dog with an Anker cable.
There you go.
Not far away durability wise to the Incharge X series. They also, though, probably is a wee bit more affordable for what you get, although you don't get the multi-cable options. Again, a long cable and a medium cable, and you'll be grand. Especially if you're one of them people who, has all USB-C, unlike Apple users.
Sad times. It's okay, the iPhone 15's coming.
Yeah.
USB-C, let's go.
And the AirPods Pro 3 will be USB-C too.
Very nice.
Because they have to be. And then UGreen as well. Some great cable products, especially for extension leads. Because, as I said, outlets are weird places, so you might want to reroute them.
Mm-hmm.
Great for that. Great more for plugs as well. They have a really tiny 65-watt plug that has two USB-C and a USB-A. It's minuscule, and it folds up. It's honestly super impressive. So I would say UGreen, anything UGreen. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly one, ESR also has some amazing options for accessories, like MagSafe wallets for your phone, MagSafe car mounts if you're a commuter, MagSafe battery banks, MagSafe. Oh, they have so much. The Halo Lock series is really good. And then bag-wise, you need somewhere to keep all of this stuff.
Oh, of course.
I think Bellroy Classic, it is a bit on the pricier side, but when it comes to a bag, I think it looks sleek, it's minimal, and it's really high quality. This is something like you're not just going to buy for 1 year, you're buying for, it will do you right into like finishing like a placement or getting your first job. It still looks professional for the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a longer term investment than just a year.
Yeah.
If you have a bit more cash to splash, I would say the Transit Work Pack is definitely, it would be my choice. I don't own it personally, but I think it is a very sleek looking bag. It's a bit more functional than the Classic. I do own the Classic and used it for a couple of years. It was really nice. I just found that I wanted to try other bags because I'm a bit of a weirdo, but like...
You are, yes. I can't agree. Yep.
And if the only downside would be if you're somebody who carries both a tablet and a laptop, is very little space for both of them in a safe carry pouch. So definitely invest in like a sleeve or something. If you're also going to get this, you can get them cheap off Amazon.
Fair enough, yeah.
And then if you're wanting the bag that I actually use for my uni degree, it has way too many bells and whistles for any ordinary person, but it is the Peak Designs Twilight backpack.
You're no ordinary person, though.
I'm a strange human.
You're a strange man. These bags you're recommending are quite like my 30 quid fire trap bag I bought 7 years ago that's still screaming to be retired.
It is retired. I bought you a new bag.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I still use it every once in a while. That fire trap bag's done me very well.
Yeah. But I think, they're very stylish, very usable in the Peak Designs cases, extremely usable, with even magnets to hold the straps in place so that they don't flop about everywhere.
You're so extra when it comes to bags.
But as I said before, I don't drink. I need to indulge somehow.
True. Yeah, you need to spend all that drinking money on something else.
Next up is a bit of a weird one, but I think a multi-tool is quite useful. Especially if you're in uni and you're in uni accommodations / like a student house. A multi-tool is so necessary.
Yeah.
Because nothing really works very well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you make a very good point, yeah.
So being able to, like a wobbly table, tighten up a screw, the water starts flooding, being able to turn the water off, having a set of pliers, it's very underrated.
Yeah, it's handy to have.
In terms of, so obviously check within your country what your knife carry laws is, as a lot of these do have knife carry laws. So in the UK it must be under 3 inches and have a non-locking blade. That rules a lot of them out because a lot of them do have the locking blade. The one that I personally carry is the Nextel flagship mini. I love it because it has both mini pliers, a good pair of scissors, and all the tools that I need. However, I have heard that quality control is an issue for Nextel at the moment. So just because I've had a really good quality one, your mileage could vary. The Leathermans are probably the biggest in the space of multi-tools, and quality control is very good. Things like the Bond and the Rebar have knifeless options, I believe, so they would maybe be a good one here for in the UK. Or just leave it in the house, don't carry it about with you.
Yeah.
If you do want to get any other one. But that would be my two options for that.
Yeah, very nice. I can see how a multi-tool would come in handy in a place that's made as cheap as can be. So, I think one important thing, we've talked about getting laptops and getting phones and getting tablets, but a lot of it depends on what you can get on those devices. Like you said, Apple has a lot more, was it Notability?
Yeah, Notability is my app of choice for taking notes in uni. There is good notes that is cross-platform on Android side. It is good. I just have everything on Notability, but I'm slowly switching to good notes.
Yeah. So yeah, it depends what you already use. Could do a lot of this, but something you can use on both. At least I think you can. Google Drive and stuff. Yeah, so Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets. I mean, it's all free. You may as well use it. Or, as you pointed out, Ethan, if your school gives you stuff for free to work with,
use it.
Use that. It's free.
The thing about Google Docs is, I don't know if this is true for most other unis, but you can't submit your work, my uni, on Google Docs. It has to be on a Word document.
Ah, I see.
So maybe it's good for a first draft, because I know one of my buddies in uni types everything out in Google Docs because that's what he's used to, and then has to transfer it to a Word document.
Ah, fair enough. I think in my tech course, did we use Google Docs? Yeah, I think we used Google Docs.
Yeah.
So we did. So I think it may depend on what your university or school uses.
Yeah. So obviously, your mileage may vary. Anything they use like Outlook for their email of choice, because you get a uni email, obviously. Outlook means that they're giving you Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, all for free.
There you go. Yeah, use
that.
Use
that. Because that is even though it's probably the worst one, it's the standard.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Yeah, some odd reason it is the one everyone uses.
Yeah, even though it's very poor at its job.
Doesn't do it well, but damn does it do
it. It's not all about study when you're at uni. You might, be a bit like Shay, be a bit of a gym lover.
Oh, I do love a bit of gym now.
Or maybe, you're a runner, or you like to have notifications, or your mum's really worried about you and has to call you every 5 minutes.
No, I do go gym, but I don't do running. That's a very, very slim line, but it's a firm line.
So a smartwatch could be in the option for you. As I said last week, Apple Watch is by far ahead of the competition.
Yeah.
If you're getting for exercise, a Fitbit is an option. Probably quite a good option, to be fair. It kind of made that space very popular. I do think it is surpassed by an Apple Watch, although if you're looking for something to integrate with your phone and also being more of a notification hub, like I use my watch, a Pixel Watch is a great option for the Android users, as I just don't feel like the Samsung watches are really there yet, although still a pretty alright choice if that's all you can get.
Yeah, understandable.
Then a very crucial thing to always have on you, I've found, is a power bank.
Oh, yes.
I carry two, both of which are from Anker. I have the MagSafe Go 6620. I have a much larger one that's also from Anker, that's 20,000 milliamp hours. That's for charging my iPad, so that I can take notes. It's very crucial because they're so stingy with plugs in lecture theatres and any teaching rooms. There's usually about 6 or 7 plugs either side of the room, but all the teaching happens in the middle. That's where the long cable comes in.
That's where you trip everyone up.
Yeah. I'm not even joking you could get 3 people to jump rope on my cable.
Oh, we love Anker. I use Anker as well. Anker's fantastic.
Yeah. And then also, I think kind of a funky one is UGreen.
Oh, okay.
I do
Never
like.
heard
I
of them.
tried to get one of their power banks. They do like a lot more funkier designs, I find, than Anker. Anker's quite safe. Whereas like UGreen's kind of out there, so they had one that I really wanted to get, but not available in Northern Ireland.
Oh, never bloody. Why is that? It's a power bank.
It can't be delivered here. That's why Amazon don't ship power banks here.
Oh, well, I've had that. That's a bloody pain, is what it is.
Yeah, but UGreen is one of the companies, so obviously with power banks it depends on your area code. But UGreen doesn't ship here. But one of the ones I really looked really cool was a power bank that had an integrated Apple Watch charger, so you didn't have to bring another charger, and a built-in lightning charger. So all I'd really have to bring is a USB-C cable.
Oh, that's very swell if that is.
Yeah, it was looking really
indeed.
good. I think it was 10,000 milliamp hours as well, so
there you are.
great while you're away from home if you do have an Apple Watch, then you don't have to worry about the weird leads and stuff.
Yeah. Do your Apple Watches stuff have wireless charging and all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I bought the for my trip to Amsterdam that I'm going on. I bought the Anker 533, so it's one of the older series, but I didn't want to be spending a lot of money on the new ones. 47 quid, and it's a wireless one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I wanted a wireless one. I just went, that's cool, I'll have that. So that might be another option as well.
Yeah,
cables.
Unfortunately, you need a specific charger for smartwatches. Not all wireless chargers work. It has to be like certain magnetic things. Even Samsung charging pads don't work with Apple chargers. Pixel chargers don't work on Samsung or Apple. You know.
Oh, that sucks. But yeah, have a look into it before you buy one then.
Yeah. And finally, for when all of the studying is done, I know a guy who finished all his assignments in early April, and then just made fun of us for the rest of the time as he played games in his dorm.
That's a man I strive to be, but never will be.
No, I wish I was that man.
That's brilliant.
So if you don't have the luxury, you're a bit more like me, or don't have the luxury to sit in the house and game, because you're always at uni, but you need yourself for a 5-minute work. My choice would be a Nintendo Switch. I have a Nintendo Switch. Love it.
Yeah.
You got to pay my Pokemon.
All the Pokemon, all the Mario, all the Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Some really big classics, I feel, in the Nintendo Switch. They're pretty good price as well, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah, I have the light version because I don't think I would ever connect it to a TV, so I didn't think it was worth it because I mainly play Pokemon on it.
Yeah, so you're bringing it around me anyway. I'd recommend the Stream Deck. Steam Deck? Steam Deck's a different thing. The Steam Deck is fantastic if you are more of a PC gamer. You don't just like Nintendo products. Steam Deck has so many Steam games on it. And I'm pretty sure it can also link to your already existing library. So if you are a big PC gamer like you and I, Ethan, you can just link that straight on there. Off you go.
Can I play Civ 5 on it?
Possibly. I don't know, actually. I'm going to have a look.
If that is a yes, I might buy one. And then obviously there's always the choice to bring a controller and play mobile apps on your tablet. If you do decide to go for the tablet. I know Fortnite supports it, PUBG supports it. Other ones I'm struggling to remember if they do support it. Those are the big two because that's the ones I see people play.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can play Civ 5 on a Steam Deck.
Oh, Steam Decks are being purchased.
Oh, no, wait, hold on.
Don't you dare.
Civ 6 works on it. It seems that you have to fiddle about with it a little bit. Yeah, so it seems like you have to fiddle about with Civ 5 a bit, but it does work. You just have to switch to one of the experimental modes by the looks of it. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Civ 5 is a very unsupported game, although somehow it is the best game to ever be made.
So yeah, if you want to play Civ 5, you can on your Steam Deck, but you'll have to do a bit of fiddling about with it.
Yeah, but I think that's all our back to school tech.
Yeah, it was really special.
Yeah, so if you have any other suggestions, please leave a comment below. You can find a lot of this stuff in my link tree because I have most of the products I recommend under all my links.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also find me on my link tree if you want to see more from me and reviews for a lot of these products. and any other weird accessories that I use that might be useful in your daily student life.
Shameless plug.
No, there was very much shame within it. Shay, where can they find you?
They can find me in the link tree below. Hopefully there should be some YouTube videos coming up whenever I'm back from Amsterdam. I'll also be streaming more on Twitch, trying to get some Remnant 2 on the go at the moment. Just the other person I play with is a bit busy at the moment. I don't really want to, because we have a save game together, I don't want to be way big of a level, way further in the story than he is. So I'm trying to wait for him to come back online so we can actually get a bit of streaming done.
Good. You can also find him in Amsterdam this week.
That you can, yeah. If you see me in Amsterdam, I mean, no one knows what I look like unless you watch on Tabletop. Hashtag shameless plug. Go watch on Tabletop. But if you see me there, say hi.
Or don't.
Or don't. I don't like social interaction.
Yeah, he's also not a nice person.
No,
He likes to put this front on.
I know. I'm all smiles in the front. No business,
but business in the back.
It's no business in the back. I don't do business.
You don't do business.
No.
I studied. You did study business.
I did study business. I did get an A, but I mean that doesn't mean I do business.
You give up after GCSE though. I kept struggling on. But anyway, we'll see you next week. In the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with any suggestions we should cover next week.
Absolutely.
See yous.
Bye.